Welcome back, conscious creators, to week 4 of the Christos Chronicles. I am Christos. In today's discussion, we will be talking about the slow death of a conspiracist. Now, first and foremost, I want to give a warm welcome to my new subscribers, and I want to say thank you to anyone who has supported my channel in any way. I greatly appreciate you. Now, with that being said, let's break down today's topic, the slow death of a conspiracist. Before we actually discuss this subject matter, let's identify what a conspiracist is. Now, first and foremost, in order to be a conspiracist, you must have a theory. And there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there. One of the most popular is the fake moon landing. Now, I'm not here to say whether these things are conspiracies or not. I'm here to just give you guys insight on this topic. Now, most people's introduction into spirituality comes through a conspiracy. And I'm not saying all, but I'm saying a vast majority of people's peak of interest into the spiritual world comes from some form of a conspiracy. And like I said, I'm not saying all, but I know for my own experience and myself, it came through conspiracies. I would say my introduction to spirituality kind of started around 15 for me, and it came through my inquisitiveness or desire to learn more about the truth about myself, the truth about the world around me. And that sent me down a rabbit hole of conspiracies. One of the first conspiracy movies that I ever watched that shook my reality was Zeitgeist. And if you are a person who was around during the time period of the early 2010s, Zeitgeist was a real popular movie. It was a catalyst for a lot of people into the new age of spirituality that we are now embracing today. So, no, I do not have a disdain for conspiracies, but today I want to highlight the detriment that conspiracies have on our emotional being and how it kills us slowly. Now, the first thing I want to discuss is, how does conspiracies add value to our life? Now, this is a double-edged sword. And the reason being is because conspiracies help us develop spiritual discernment. We can't believe everything we've been told, because everything that we've been told is not true. So a lot of things in our reality are cover-ups. So I'm not condemning anyone who is a conspiracist. However, I want the conspiracists to ask themselves, how does conspiracies add value to your life? Now, for me, like I just stated, conspiracies allow an individual to have more discernment, to be more skeptical, not to take things at face value. But I want you to define, how does conspiracies add value to your life or your spiritual practices? Because I think that this is what a lot of people overlook when it comes to conspiracies. How do they actually add value to our lives? How does me knowing who's on the Epstein list actually add value to my life? Now, the truth is, most people aren't spiritual. They're conspiracists. And the thing is, this is why the first question may trigger some people, because a lot of people have built their identity on conspiracies, not their own spiritual experiences. And I think ultimately that is the purpose of pursuing spirituality, is to develop your own experiences, and you can learn and grow from those experiences. So to me, when we're looking at conspiracies aren't our own experiences for the most part. Conspiracies are speculations, assumptions. And there's a lot of things that can be missing from a speculation or an assumption. So this is why I believe that a lot of people aren't really spiritual. They're more conspiratorial. And mainly what I mean by that is that their identity is rooted in being an opposing force to what they feel or believe is evil. So I want you to actually meditate on, are you a conspiracist? Do you have conspiracist type ways? It's nothing wrong with it, but I need you to ask yourself, how does it add value to your spiritual well-being? Now, I personally believe conspiracies are designed to create fear. I believe that conspiracies are nothing but another form of the news. When you turn on the news is filled with negative energy, worldwide spread. That's what the news actually stands for. The news does nothing but majorly spread negativity. It only talks about the recent murder, the recent robbery. They may have maybe one or two good things in between, but 90% of the information is going to be negative. So I believe that conspiracies are just on another level of negative energy. And to me, it's still rooted in a sense of fear, because at the end of the day, what's done in the dark will always come to the light, no matter if I do the work to solve it or bring it to the light or not. So that's something that we have to understand on our journey as spiritual awakened individuals. Not all battles are our battles to fight. The best battle to fight is the internal battle, the battle within yourself, opposed to the battle outside of yourself. Another thing about conspiracy theorists is it can lead to mental psychosis. And I think we're seeing a large influx of spiritual psychosis amongst the spiritual community. And the reason being is because so many people have given conspiracies their energy, from the Epstein files to Pizzagate to 9/11 to anything you can name. Is draining your energy more than it's adding to your energy. So this is why when it comes to conspiracies, it is very important for us to be mindful of what our end goal is to even learn this information or take on this information. So this is why I believe it's very important to be mindful, because it can lead to mental psychosis. It can cause you to start disconnecting from reality because you believe that people aren't woke or on the same frequency as you. So at the end of the day, what we must realize is you are your own conspiracy. You have to figure out your own death. You have to go within to figure out who you are. And the reason why I say that is because imagine spending the first 18 to 20 years of your life being programmed by society. Then you spend another 20 years developing your spiritual body, your spiritual self. That's half of your life expectancy as a human being. The average human being is going to live between 80 to 100 years. So we've already spent 40 years being programmed and then unprogramming ourselves. So now from 40 to 60, how are we going to spend that? And this is where a lot of people get caught in the spiritual web from that time period, is because a lot of times we are steeped in what we believe. It's harder to change someone's mind the older that they get. So this is why I believe that it is a slow death. It kills you slowly to buy into too many conspiracies. So I don't want anyone to take the wrong idea about this video, that it's wrong to be a conspiracy theorist or anything like that. But I think that you have to be your own conspiracy theorist. You have to be trying to solve your own mystery of who you are and what you came into this realm to accomplish. And the more that you go internally through meditation, through ponderance, through writing, through exploring yourself, it will become more of a revelation daily as to who you are and what you incarnated into this lifetime to do. So that's really what I wanted to highlight in today's Christos Chronicles, is the slow death of a conspiracist, because I see it so prevalent when I get online. There's conspiracy after conspiracy. This person's sharing this conspiracy, this person. And to me, it's nothing but fear mongering. What can I take away from this now that I know that the Pizzagate, is out there trafficking little children? What can I do? Can I just be on watch more? How can I sign up to stop it? You need an army. You need to be organized to stop other organizations from committing organized crime. And this is why I personally don't subscribe as much to conspiracy theories, is because I don't have an organization to convict these people under. The judges and all of these people in Western culture or America, for the most part, they're all in on it. So you will be basically convicting your own government. So sorry if that was a little harsh for you guys today in today's breakdown, but I really just felt as though I needed to speak on this because I see this slow death happening to so many of my peers. So many of my peers are going through mental psychosis. So many of my peers feel misunderstood and disconnected from reality. But we have to have a level of realism to us as well. There's nothing wrong with being a conspiracist, but the opposition to being a conspiracist is also being a realist. And being a realist is actually asking yourself, how can you benefit from this? How can this change your life? How can it help you? How can it help your next generations? So that's just something for us to ponder on today or this week or this month. The slow death of a conspiracist. Do you identify as a conspiracist? Are you a realist? Let me know in the comments down below. Until the next time, wholeness.